Hello, everyone. Have you ever thought about visiting a place you've only seen in a famous painting? Imagine having a coffee on the same terrace where Van Gogh painted, or walking across the bridge that inspired Monet. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you that these places exist and you can visit them? Today, we're going to explore 6 incredible places that have been immortalized in famous works of art and find out where they are in real life. So, grab your pen and let's get going. Vincent van Gogh left us one of the most beautiful night scenes ever painted, Café Terrace at Night. This iconic work, full of vibrant colors and a cozy atmosphere, depicts a café in Arles, southern France. And the most amazing part? You can visit this café. It still exists and is called Café Van Gogh, located in the Place du Forum. This historic place was the heart of Arles and served as the backdrop for many of Van Gogh's other paintings during his most creative period. He was captivated by the light and atmosphere of the location, inspiring him to capture that specific scene. It was here, in September 1888, that he painted Café Terrace at Night, using a starry sky as the backdrop, a hallmark of his works from that time. Today, Café Van Gogh is a popular tourist spot where visitors can sit and enjoy a meal or a drink, immersed in history and art. The site still retains the original structure, and visiting it has become almost a pilgrimage for art lovers. So, if you're a Van Gogh fan or just love art history, Arles is definitely a place you should put on your travel list. There, you can not only see the setting of the famous painting, but also feel the atmosphere that inspired one of the greatest minds in art. Another iconic work is American Gothic by Grant Wood. This painting, which has become a symbol of American culture, was inspired by a real house in Eldon, Iowa. Wood was intrigued by the Gothic architecture of the house and decided to use it as the setting for his work. But don't be fooled. The stern-looking couple in the painting is actually the artist's sister and his dentist. The house, known as the Dibble House, still exists and can be visited. It is famous for its Gothic windows that inspired Wood and is now a museum dedicated to the artwork. The painting, completed in 1930, has become an American icon, being parodied and referenced in various media over the years. Grant would use the Dibble House to capture the essence of American rural life, an interesting contrast between the Gothic style of the house and its simple materials. The work is a celebration of Midwestern culture in the United States and reflects Wood's view of life at that time. Visiting the Dibble House is like stepping into a piece of American history. The house is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and is a point of interest for any art or American history enthusiast. Claude Monet, one of the masters of Impressionism, found inspiration in his own garden in Giverny, France. He created a true floral paradise with a Japanese bridge that became one of the most iconic subjects of his work. Monet's The Japanese Bridge is not just an artistic vision. It's a real place you can visit. Monet moved to Giverny in 1883 and transformed the site into a lush garden where he spent decades cultivating flowers and creating a peaceful and beautiful environment. In 1890, he bought the property and built the famous bridge over a pond filled with water lilies. This setting became the basis for many of his water lily paintings, which he painted obsessively during the last 25 years of his life. Visiting Monet's garden in Giverny is like stepping into one of his paintings. The sensation of being in the place where Monet worked and lived is indescribable. The bridge, the pond, and the gardens are carefully maintained to preserve the atmosphere Monet loved so much. If you're a fan of Impressionist art or simply love beautiful gardens, Giverny is a must-visit destination. The feeling of seeing the water lilies and the bridge in person is something no museum can offer. Claude Monet also captured the beauty of the Houses of Parliament in London, especially at sunset. This series of paintings explores the variations of light and color reflected in the River Thames, creating scenes that are both realistic and ethereal. Monet painted these works during his visits to London, using St. Thomas's Hospital as a vantage point. The Houses of Parliament, or the Palace of Westminster, is one of the most recognizable landmarks in London, with its Gothic architecture and the iconic Big Ben Tower. After a devastating fire in 1834, the building was reconstructed by architects Charles Barry and Augustus Pugin, creating the grand structure we know today. Monet was fascinated by how the light changed the appearance of the Houses of Parliament throughout the day. He painted about 25 versions of the same view, each with a different atmosphere and hue, highlighting his obsession and love for light and color. Today, you can visit the Palace of Westminster and see for yourself what inspired Monet. Although the exact view from his paintings is a bit challenging to access due to changes in the urban landscape, a walk along the Thames offers a similar perspective. And of course, the grandeur of the Houses of Parliament at sunset is something you won't want to miss. Pierre-Auguste Renoir captured a moment of leisure and joy in Luncheon of the Boating Party, a work that depicts friends and family enjoying a sunny day at the restaurant La Maison Fournaise, on the Isle des Impressionists in Chatou, on the outskirts of Paris. This restaurant still exists and is a tribute to the rich history of Impressionism. La Maison Fournaise was a gathering place for artists, writers, and intellectuals in the late 19th century. Renoir and other Impressionists were regular visitors, drawn by the beautiful landscape and relaxed atmosphere. The work, Luncheon of the Boating Party, captures this vibe, showing people chatting, laughing, and enjoying a meal by the Seine River. The restaurant closed its doors in 1906 but reopened in 1990, restoring its old charm and offering visitors the chance to relive the joys of the Impressionists. Today, you can dine on the same balcony where Renoir and his friends gathered, immersing yourself in history and art. For fans of Impressionist art, a visit to La Maison Fournaise is like a trip back in time. You can explore the restaurant and museum, which preserve the site's history and the influence of the artists who frequented it. The Scream, by Edvard Munch, is one of the most recognizable paintings in the world. The distressing scene of a figure screaming on a bridge against a blood-red sky was inspired by a real location in Oslo, Norway. Munch described the moment in his diary, mentioning a sunset that left him shaken, leading him to create this powerful work. The location that inspired The Scream is a hill called Ekeberg, offering a panoramic view of the city of Oslo. The landscape seen from Ekeberg, with the Oslofjord and hills in the background, is the perfect setting for the emotional drama Munch captured in the painting. Munch's series of paintings includes several versions of The Scream, each with slight variations, but all sharing the same theme of anguish and isolation. This site has become a tourist spot for art lovers who want to experience the view that inspired one of the most iconic works in history. Visiting Ekeberg is a unique experience. In addition to seeing the city of Oslo from a prime viewpoint, you can also better understand Munch's emotional context. The site now features an art trail with contemporary sculptures, making the visit even more interesting for art lovers. So, which of these places would you like to visit the most? Let us know in the comments. It's amazing how art can capture moments and places that we can still explore today. Whether you're an art lover or just enjoy traveling to historical and inspiring locations, these destinations are a true invitation to immerse yourself in the history and beauty of the artworks we love so much. So, why not start planning your next trip? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more artistic adventures. See you next time.